Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are taking a look at the Broadway musical Hamilton. This one debuted in 2015 to tons of fanfare. It's incredibly popular. However, I have not seen it and am looking forward to checking this out. Know a little bit of history about Alexander Hamilton, though it's been a while. Revolutionary War, Federalist Papers, Constitution, father of the American banking system, essentially. So, beyond that, let's check it out.
Well, this is a first-time view for me. Remember, I got a D in history, so we'll see how much of this I know. But my wife has seen it 4 times. That's right, 4 times. She absolutely loved it. She actually saw it in New York with the original cast, so I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to give this one a go.
Yeah, I have not seen this, know nothing about it, and I put 100% of my brain power as far as history goes into World War II and Vietnam and things that interested me like that. I know nothing about it. Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton, other than what I just learned from Mason Quinn.
Yeah.
So
Good. Thank you, Quinn.
I'm excited.
Mr. Encyclopedia over here. Without further ado, then, let's go!
The $10 founding father without a father got a lot. For the word got around, they said this kid is insane.
Oh, at 14.
To send him to the mainland, get your education, don't forget from where.
Oh, I'm telling you, this hooks you right away.
Yeah.
Hooks you right away.
Hamilton.
There it is.
There's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait.
Is that his mic in his hair?
I don't know.
A lot of weightlifting going on in Hamilton's time, judging by our actors here.
When I got sort of out of sorts with a buddy of yours, I may have punched him. It's a blur, sir.
Punch the bursar.
Yes, I wanted to do it. Enjoying the revolution, he looked at me like I was stupid. I'm not stupid.
While we're talking, let me offer you some free advice. Talk less. Wanna get ahead? Fools who run their mouths off wind up dead.
Oh, that's an interesting way to put it.
In the place to be, that's 2 pints of Sam Adams, but I'm working on 3.
Sounds like the Beastie Boys.
Good luck with that. You're taking a stand. You spit. I'ma sit. We'll see where we land. Who are you?
Calling him out.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Only 19, but my mind is older. These New York City streets get cold. I shoulder every burden.
I think so many people forget just how young everybody was when all this was going on.
I am the A.O. Yes, A.N.D.E.R. We are meant to be a colony that runs independently. Meanwhile, Britain keeps shitting on us. Just relentlessly. Thinking George turns around, runs a spending spree. He ain't never gonna.
Well, that sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Oh, am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited, shoot off at the mouth. I never had a group of friends before. I promise that I'll make y'all proud.
Let's get this guy in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
Like the people who are moving the sets, they'll come in and they'll dance for a little bit. They'll be part of the show, and then they'll move the set.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I don't know. Maybe they do that in every musical, but I haven't. This is wild.
Yeah, I can't think of ever going to a live performance musical like this.
We go right, politics.
Oh, God, that was
They threw so much history into that. Like you didn't. I mean, I know we're going to be chatting a little bit more than usual because it's a musical, but I didn't want to interrupt anything, so I'm trying to take it all in.
It'll tell the story of tonight. Tell the story of tonight.
He's just picking up a bar stool to get it off the stage, and he whips it in. I mean, I guess that might be simple, but it's
downtown and slumming it with the poor.
Angelica, Eliza. I'm Peggy. Daddy said not to go downtown. Like I said, you're free to go. Look around, the revolution's happening in New York.
Wow. Wow.
She's looking for me.
Eliza, I'm looking for a mind at work. I'm looking for a mind at work. I'm looking.
Excuse me, miss, I know it's not funny, but your perfume smells like your daddy's got money.
But Thomas Paine, so men say that I'm intense or I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a relation. So listen to my declaration. We hold these.
Oh, the camera work they're doing is really good too. They're getting right up in there.
That's so cool. The art of being alive, right? Acted and breathe, South Bend to read. The greatest city in the world.
Oh, the stage.
Well, it's just because it makes you forget what you're watching. You're able just to get sucked
so
into
much
it
movement.
and just ignore.
Right now, the
And
two
that-
pieces
oh,
of
yeah,
stage
it's
are
two
going in
pe-
opposite directions.
And what's nice about it too is it expands the stage without really expanding it.
Well, I think what's happening when the stage is moving is it creates movement that wouldn't otherwise be there.
And wouldn't be able to
obviously
do
they
because
can-
you only have so much of the stage. This makes it bigger. That's what I'm
I
getting
mean,
at
you
with
can
being able to
basically
work.
be running in place. Essentially, it's like on a treadmill. There's so much action because of that stage's ability to move.
Scream revolution, they have not your interest at heart.
Oh my
God, tell this dude apart. Let him be.
Playing a dangerous game. I pray for shame.
For shit.
Shame.
My dog speaks more eloquently. But strangely, old manges the Please, sir, I'd rather be divisive than indecisive. Drop the niceties.
Drop the nicest.
Oh, here comes the big wheel.
Yeah, I love that they're doing this.
Ooh.
I love that they're doing it this way.
The price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry. See when you see me go by, why so sad? Italian to remind you of my love.
Yeah.
Still doing it.
Oh,
I will fight the fight and win the war for your love, for your praise,
I don't think he knows who he's dealing with.
to remind you of my love.
His delivery.
Yada, da, da, da,
I love
da, yada, da, da. Everybody. Yada.
Just gives a look. See, don't you wish you would have paid attention in history?
God. Oh, if it was this
I'm sure
entertaining.
it was this fun.
If they had used this method to teach us about it.
Oh my God.
Kind of looks like a young Carrie Elways a little bit.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see that. That was pretty good. That was really good.
If they tell my story, I am either gonna die on the battlefield in glory or rise. There's only one man who can give us a command so we can rise.
Oh, when are they gonna bring in old GW?
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the general. The moment you've been waiting for. Gun of man.
Gets the big pop.
Forward to seeing your strategy play out.
Burr,
Sir.
close the door on your way out. We are a powder keg about to explode. I need someone like you to lighten the load. So,
Here we go.
my station, organize your information till we rise to the occasion of our new rating. So,
And his right hand man.
Nice. Wow. My goodness.
Into more of a phenomenon. Watch this obnoxious, arrogant.
Are they going to keep this up for like the full 2.5 hours?
Oh, good.
I don't know. I don't know if this is like the intro, but it's mind-numbing.
You could marry a sister, your rich son.
Is it a question of if, Burr, or which one?
Hey.
I have never been the type to try and grab the spotlight. Everybody's dancing in the band's no volume.
Where are you taking me?
I'm about to change your life. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Schuyler,
My sister. Thank you for all your service.
if it takes fighting a war for us to meet, it will have been worth it.
Oh, yeah. Gotta write that down.
That's good stuff. Oh my God.
Peggy confides in me. Angelica tried to take a bite of me. No stress. I grew up buck wild, but I'll never forget my mother's face. That was real. As long as I'm alive, I swear to God, I never felt so.
Oh, look at
nice.
that. Must have got the A-OK from Pops.
Well, remember, he had the glasses. And then
One little handful.
Oh, that was
right.
awesome.
So we're clicking right along in Hamilton's life here.
That's what I'm talking about! For the maid of honor, Angelica Schuyler!
To the groom, to the bride. Yeah.
She can sing. She can sing.
Satisfied.
Oh, what's going on here?
What is happening?
This is
here?
awesome.
Oh, this is trippy the way they're doing it with the lights.
I remember those soldier boys tripping over themselves to win up.
And the way they're using the light here is just awesome.
Even that you can fight place, but Alexander, I'll never forget the first time
Oh, she's got regret that she hooked up the sister.
Yeah.
I said hi, I forgot my dang.
I'm never satisfied.
Is that right?
I've never been satisfied.
That is the mic on his head.
Oh.
'Cause she's got the mic on her
Yeah.
head too, like that.
You realize three fundamental truths to be exact.
Where are you taking me?
I'm about to change your life.
And by all means, lead the
Oh,
way.
going back here.
Because I'm the oldest and the wittiest and the gossip in New York City and cities. And Alexander is penniless. Oh, that doesn't mean I want to marry less. Side, maybe that is why I introduced some guys and now that's his bride. Nice going on to my
But will you be?
He will never be satisfied.
Wow.
Just belting it out.
Was that in the history books? Or?
Well, it's interesting how even the people who aren't necessarily the focal point are still making facial expressions and playing to the camera as if they were. It's, I mean, obviously they're professionals, you know.
Something you will never see again. Tonight.
The old ball and chain, is what they're telling me.
We'll tell that story of tonight. Let's have another round.
He's like looking at him.
From what I hear, you've made yourself indispensable. Well, I heard you got a special someone on the side, but I should go.
No, these guys should go. Leave us alone.
They look like they're having a lot of fun up there.
Yeah.
Girl with you tonight. Burr.
You're very kind, but I'm afraid it's unlawful, sir.
What do you mean?
She's married. She's married to a British officer.
Oh, shit. What are you waiting for?
See you on the other side of the war.
I'll see you on the other side of the war.
Just said, oh, shit. That was great.
Okay, so he's got an earpiece type mic. I don't know if that's what you call it, but he's got one of those mics.
Yeah, George
I think it depends on.
too.
I think it depends on what they're all doing,
Right?
As far as stuff, whether they have one here to here.
Yeah.
Wait for it. I can know one thing in life I can control.
These close-ups are something else.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
These guys are just crushing everything.
Come on.
You know, there is something to be said for watching it like this versus being there, because you do get all the close-ups of the different actors.
But
And I'm afraid if you were too far back, you'd miss their facial expressions and everything else.
if you're there though, you get to
You
feed
get the
off
whole
the energy. You get to feed off the
experience,
energy of everyone.
Absolutely.
I have never seen the general so despondent. We have resorted to eating our horses. Local merchants deny us equipment, assistance. They only take British money. So sing a song of 6 pence, sir.
Alex, listen. There's only one way for us to win this.
Instead of me, he promotes Charles Lee, makes him second in command.
I'm a general.
Tenant, when there's reckoning to be reckoned.
Have your seconds meet face to face. Negotiate a beat.
Or negotiate a time and place.
Especially between recruits. Time to get some pistols and the doctor on site. Have him turn around so he can have deniability. You shot him in the side, yes, he yields. I'm satisfied. We gotta clear the field.
Go, we won.
Mr. General. This should be fun.
Mr. Burr, get a medic for the general.
Yes, sir.
Please,
Do they really have a duel?
me, but believe me, these young men don't speak for me. Thank you for your service.
Let's ride.
Hamilton, sir, meet me inside.
Ooh, now he's going to get it.
Or you could die, and we need you alive.
I am more than willing to die.
Your wife needs you alive. Son, I need you alive.
Call me son one more time.
Ooh, nice.
That's an order from your commander. So go home.
Man, Washington's
Music
delivering it.
Let this moment be the first chapter. You decide to stay. Be enough.
That was pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
God.
He's gotta do it for his son, though.
The Imperial March?
We rendezvous with Rochambeau, consolidate there, get.
Can end this war at Yorktown. Cut them off at sea, but
Like, all my vague memories of history keep like popping up as they're doing the different songs.
Yeah, swinging the Chanel. Somebody's got to shuffle it. Hercules, my leg, and I need to know what you touch when you knock me down. I get the back.
This number is intense.
Wow, that was it. Hamilton was getting a little teared up there.
Yeah.
Look at his back. His tail between his legs.
Where's the big coat?
Poses his own form of government. His own plan for a new form of government. Talks for hours. The convention is listless.
right, young man. Yo, who the F is this?
Why do you write like it's going out of style? Right day and night like it's...
Oh, now they're outside on the circle of the facing outside on the stage. God, who thinks of this stuff? Who thinks down and be like, you know what would be really cool is if it's like, wow.
You're succinct, persuasive. My client needs a strong defense. You're the solution.
Who's your client?
The new U.S. Constitution.
Hear me out.
Found. Isn't this enough? He will never be found.
This story.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
I am not throwing away my shot.
Oh,
I love it when they combine the songs like that and they go over. They're overlapping.
they keep coming back to it. And
Hey, look at that! We get a 1 minute intermission.
1 minute break is
Are
all
you
they.
not entertained so far, guys?
All I know is like
Is it?
they're going to do this solid all the way through for like 2.5
intermission.
you know?
I was expecting it to be like the musicals we've seen before. Like I
And
have
some acting,
yeah,
and then
you know,
musical.
Talking, some acting, then they go
and
into a
then
musical number, talking, acting, musical number. This is just absolutely wild. The
Just been
music,
nonstop
the music
energy.
hasn't stopped one bit. And I think it's really neat. You know, Answer brings up a great point earlier. Like, how crazy would it be to see this in person? Of course, in Playfest.
Yeah.
You bring up a really great point. The fact that we're watching this on video means we get to see very close up facial expressions, passionate. I'm highly doubtful that they have replay boards in there, like at a concert where you get to see any up closest.
Yep.
So this is, I can't even believe
This
what
is
I'm
a
watching
treat.
here.
This is a treat.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. And again, just enough of the history to keep you involved and maybe awaken some of those memories you might have.
Those guys are getting out of the orchestra pit.
1989. How does the bastard?
It gets me every time.
But someone's got to keep the American promise. You simply must be Thomas. Thomas.
He's Jefferson.
The get up for Jefferson. It's like he got his wardrobe from Prince. Oh, well, he was in Paris, so that makes sense.
He wiped his hand under shake.
Been fighting for the South alone. Where have you been? France,
New York City, are you ready for a cabinet meeting?
I love it.
attacks our whiskey.
Thank you, Secretary Jefferson.
Oh, he got it.
That is him sitting there useless as two shits.
Such a blunder. Sometimes it makes me wonder why I even bring the thunder. Why he even brings the thunder?
Convince them otherwise. What happens if I don't get congressional approval? I imagine they'll call for your removal. Figure it out, Alexander. That's an order from your commander. I have a sister, but I want a little brother. My daddy's trying to start America's bank.
Take a break.
That's all he does, then he's out of there.
Crossing the ocean and I just can't wait. You won't be an ocean away. Alexander, come down.
Sounds like a lot of trouble.
The old
like a
love
lot of
triangle.
Angelica.
No love triangle like a sister love triangle.
You will make me out
He's a little busy building a nation to go hang out on the lake.
But well, like you said, John Adams takes the summer off.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how to say no to this. In my mind, I'm trying to go, and my mouth is on mine, and I don't say no.
No, say no.
Oh no!
Have we ever had a love square before?
I said that last time, it became a pastime.
Now, I hope this letter finds you in good health and in a prosperous enough position to put wealth in the pockets of people like me. Down on they luck. You see, that was my wife who decided to.
I guess I'm gonna finally have to listen to you. Really, talk less, smile more. I'm sorry, Burr, I gotta go.
Oh, but
Decisions are happening over dinner.
two Virginians and an immigrant walk into a room diametrically. Here's the pièce de resistance. Hold your nose and close your eyes. Don't get to saying what they trade away. They dream in the dark for the most part.
That was cool. That was cool.
Man, Burr's got some vocal range on him. The guy can do anything.
Any kind of singing, yeah, you want.
And the dancing, I mean,
I gotta be. Click, boom.
that was cool. That was cool.
I like that number. I want to be in the room where it happened. That's awesome.
Look, Grandpa's in the paper.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
Well, Daddy's gonna.
That's the way she goes.
Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't.
Way she goes.
I don't see why that has to
To
end.
change parties to run against my father-in-law.
Change parties to seize the opportunity I saw. I swear your pride will be the death of us all. Beware.
Oh, history lessons there.
Well,
We needed money and guns and half a chance. Who provided those funds?
France. We're France is queen and kingless. We signed a treaty with the king whose head is now in a basket. Would you like to take it out in? Treaty King Louis's head? Oh, do whatever you want. I'm super dead.
Show these veterans who they're up against. Southern mother, democratic.
It must be nice.
We follow the money and see where it goes.
It must be nice.
I like how he's walking with his hand behind his back talking.
I want to give you a word of warning.
Sir, I don't know what you heard, but whatever it is, Jefferson started it.
I need you to draft an address.
Yes, he resigned. You can finally speak your mind.
No, I'm stepping down. I'm not running for president.
I'm sorry, what? I anticipate with pleasing expectation that retreat and teach him how to say goodbye.
George Washington's going up.
boy, everybody gets their chance to shine a little bit in this, don't they?
Jesus, this guy's pipes. Wow. Wow. Wow.
That was.
Well, GW crushed it.
John Adams. I know him. That can't be. That's that. All alone. Watch them run. They will tear each other into pieces. Jesus Christ.
He's doing it again.
Get it in my spot.
Good luck.
I'm really liking it. Oh, King George.
Hamilton is a host unto himself. As long as he can hold a pen, he's a threat. Let's let him know what we know.
Mr. Vice President. Mr. Madison.
Dear sir, hope this letter finds you in good health and in a prosperous enough position to put wealth in the pockets of people like me down on their luck. You see, that was my wife who you decided.
Wow.
As you can see, I have done nothing to provoke legal action. Are my answers to your satisfaction?
My God.
Alexander, rumors only grow, and we both know what we know.
Ooh. Rumors only grow.
We know what we know. That's not very confidence instilling, is it?
I wrote my way out of hell. I wrote my way to revolution. I was louder than the clack in the bell. I wrote Eliza love letters until she found I wrote about the Constitution and defended it well. I wrote my own deliverance. In the eye of a hurricane, there is.
So cool. How he's standing still in the middle, and there's so much going on around him.
Hello, Scott.
All those people walking. They're moving up around in the upper level too.
I love my sister more than anything in this life. I will choose her happiness over mine every time. Put what we had aside. I'm standing at her side. God, I hope you can.
Just throwing banners.
King George.
He's out there dancing. Oh, look at the king out there dancing.
His poor wife.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
You told the whole world how you brought this girl into our bed, clearing your name. You have ruined our lives. Do you know what
How many men?
Jesus, dude.
How many?
Jesus, guy.
And you are paranoid in every paragraph, how they perceive you.
So bro basically had the option either having people think he was like stealing or cheating the government or
Yep.
admitting his wrongdoing in this regard.
Yep.
And he chose to write the letters admitting what he was doing.
It's my own money that I spent, basically.
Burning the letters that might have redeemed you. I hope that you.
Oh. Yeah.
Meet the latest graduate of King's College. I probably shouldn't brag, but daggone made the same virtuosity and brains as my pops. The ladies say my brain's not where the resemblance stops.
Gosh.
Ladies, I'm looking for Mr. George Eaker. Made a speech last week. I'll go visit his box.
God, you're a punk.
Y'all are stripped down to our socks.
Oh.
It's like that?
Yeah, I don't fool around. I'm not your little schoolboy
What are
friend.
you on the dueling ground? That is unless you want to step outside and
I know where to find you. Piss off. I'm watching the show now.
Everything is legal in New Jersey. Take my guns. Be smart. Make me proud, son.
How was the rest of your show?
I'd rather skip the pleasantries. Let's go. Grab your pistol.
Confer with your men. Come in the eye, ain't no higher. Summon all the courage you require.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, throw back to this.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, it didn't work out the way we thought.
He lost a lot of blood on the way over. Yes, but you have to understand. Bullet entered just above his hip and lodged in his right
See him, please.
I'm doing everything I can, but the wound was already infected when he arrived.
Oh.
I know save your strength and stay in love.
Mom, I'm so sorry for forgetting. You would put your hands on mine.
You changed the melody every time.
I would always change the line.
I know.
I would always change the line.
I know.
Oh,
Hey.
the heartbeat.
Isn't it funny?
And it's quiet uptown. I never liked the quiet before. I take the children to church on Sunday. The sign of the cross at the door.
I think they got everybody moving in slow motion a little bit there.
Look around when the lights are.
There are moments that the words don't reach.
Walking by your side, walking by your side. They are coming through the morning light.
Wow. That was powerful.
The election of 1800.
Can we get back to politics?
Please.
Yo. Who is it?
You used to work on the same staff. It might be.
Said and all is done. Jefferson has beliefs. Burr has none.
Oh.
Well, I'll be damned.
He's calling him out for being a flim-flam man.
I did give you a fight. Man openly campaigns against me, talking about I look forward to our partnership.
It is crazy that the guy who comes in second gets to be vice president.
Ooh, you know what? We can change that. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm the president. Where it happens, where it happens.
Oh, snap.
Need to cite a more specific grievance. Here's an itemized list of 30 years of disagreement.
Jesus.
Hey, I won't apologize for doing what's right. I have the honor to. I have the honor to.
A duel?
The famous duel.
Hey, that Burr.
Did these two really duel?
Yeah. You didn't know about the duel between these guys? That's what I was waiting for the whole time.
No, I don't. I could tell you.
I was like, how are they going to get to it?
I didn't know
To come back to sleep.
duels are wild, man. Just gonna take paces and shoot at each other.
He aims his pistol at the sky.
Strike him right between his ribs.
Did he die the same way as his kid? Right between the ribs isn't good.
Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints.
Dude and his kid both died in duels?
In every picture it paints me and all my mistakes. When Alexander aimed at
And they both aimed at this guy.
for both Hamilton and.
There it was.
Is that it?
Oh, there's a guy next to Madison too.
Yeah. Nice. Must be the director, I would assume.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, mugshot, gunshot, dope shot.
Thomas
There we
Kail.
go.
That was the director.
From a school teacher to a young top.
There you go. Book music and lyrics.
Yeah.
Wow.
Role models tell us we're born.
There we go. Wow.
Well, we keep getting surprised again and again on this channel with different recommendations and things like that. So this was no different than many of the other fun surprises that we've had. And, I know early on we probably made a ton of comments about the stage or the lighting or how they can just set the mood and things like that. And look, have I seen any musicals? I'm trying to think. I certainly haven't seen any live for sure. I've never taken one in. So this was kind of a first-hand experience for me. I really liked how, being the viewer on TV, we got to see the camera zoom in on the actors' faces, for the amount of emotion and everything that they're showing, because that could be lost if you were maybe sitting back a couple rows. Maybe you wouldn't see that. So I think seeing it on TV and seeing it live, they obviously both have their pros and cons. Of course, seeing it live, like you mentioned, Answer, you're going to get just an amazing amount of energy out of it. I mean, there's anybody who goes to see live music or live performances can tell you that there's nothing like seeing it live, because the energy that you get. So I really like the opportunity to see this the way that we did, and it just goes to show, when you're watching a live theater performance, that you don't need $300 million worth of special effects. You don't need over-the-top action sequences and choreography, although this did have a fair amount of amazing choreography in it with all the dancing and everything. But that not being said, sometimes it's just a really good story that can suck you in and just get you locked into something for 2.5 hours plus. And I was surprised. I was thinking, like, okay, they had the opening number, they had the second number. I was just, are they going to do that the whole time? And, huge shout out to all the actors and everybody who put this play on, because to keep doing that for 2.5, I challenge anybody, go out there and dance around and sing for 2.5 hours. There's a reason why everybody in the cast was absolutely as fit as can be and looked like they've all been hitting the gym for a couple hours, but all they're really doing was, 2.5 hours of this, how many nights in a row. So huge shout out to them. I liked how Hamilton really kind of had a theme, kind of get all the pleasantries out of the way here and thanking everybody. But the thing that I took from it that I thought Hamilton really pushed out there was, you've got one shot. You've got one chance at life. You got one shot to make it. What are you going to do with it? You know, and it can be kind of a thought that's, you know, he's not the first guy to think of it, or this isn't the first movie, play, whatever you want to call it, to express that. But I think it's a really powerful one. I mean, you think about every second of every day, all those seconds add up, all those minutes add up, and what are you going to do with the time you have, and how will you be remembered? That was the theme at the end. So those are the two really powerful things that I took out of it. And of course, you know, learning more about the founding of our country, the sacrifices that were made, all the people who were involved in it, how young they were. I mean, commanding a ship or whatever it was at 14 years old. And it was just really, really amazing to see that side of it and to see history taught in this really unique medium, I guess I'll call it. I haven't seen anything like it ever. So obviously a lot of great things I think that anybody could take out of it, but man, just a powerhouse of a performance. And obviously this is why it's number one of how many weeks running on Broadway or whatever theater it's in.
Well, there's a reason why I won the Tony for Best Musical. I mean, it was just amazing. Like, you know, we've seen musicals. I've actually seen Wicked live, but there is actually acting and some storytelling in between the songs. Whereas this, I think there was probably I want to say 40 words that were just straight spoken that weren't in musical or in rap form, which was just astonishing to me. And like, I was thinking, you know, how a musical that I've seen have been, and this floored me. I mean, this was awesome. Like I said, you know, D in history, so knew very little of this. Knew the Burr joke was just you going, oh, Bill's uncle, or was it a standard with Bill Burr? And that was what I laughed at. But other than that, this was just so amazing. I love the fact that they had some of the actors play multiple characters. Obviously, King George, he crushed it for me, just the way that he came out all prim and prancy, and then he was like la da da dee da. Like he really got me into it. But what I loved was the spinning stage, because it was just a very good concept, and the way that the ensemble too, how they would move the furniture around, put it in, and they had the right spots. Because I mean, like the couple plays I was in, like, we had marks where we were gonna have stuff because we'd move it in between scenes, but we had marks. With that spinning floor, you don't have really any marks. You can be like, okay, we can put an X here, but what if we spin it too far? Then the X is over there. You know, what are you gonna do? But what I loved about it though too is it added to everything, as far as walking on the streets, the dance numbers. It made the stage bigger for how big it was. I love that they didn't have any real set backdrop. They had basically just the stairs, and that was it. But they were moving. They could move it. They did the big entrance for Thomas Jefferson coming back from France. Like, I could go on and on with this. It just was so well done. Lin-Manuel Miranda he crushed it, obviously, but he did the best book, and then he won the book of a musical, where he won the Tony in Best Original Score, and he totally freaking deserved it, because he was just so good at what he did in this musical. And this was a lot of fun. And I mean, it said 2.5 hours. Felt like an hour to me, because it sucked me right in, and it was so much fun. And we loved how they did the camera work. But yeah, I would have loved being there live. My wife, she got to see it 4 times live and loved it every time, so she got to embrace that energy. And
none for you.
Yeah, none for you. She was in New York City, and she said that, well, she decided to buy a ticket and went to it and fell in love with it. So she got to see the original cast that we saw here today too. So this was a lot of fun, and thank you for the recommendation.
I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start with this. I've spent the majority of my adult life, or my life, period, thinking, if I'm going to be completely transparent, musicals just aren't my thing. You know, rather go see Fast and Furious.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
There's anything wrong with that. always just they're not my thing. I've been to one musical. I've been to, I shouldn't say I've been to one musical. I think I've seen a couple of high school plays. I was in 2002 my former high school's production of Little Abner. They had like the townspeople drank a potion and turned into big people. I was the strength coach at the time for the high school kids, so I got to be on stage, had some fun with that. I went to Phantom of the Opera with an old girlfriend of mine, I want to say in 99 or 2000 at the Widener Center, I believe, in Green Bay. And I don't know. I'm sure it was great. I'm sure the people performing were very talented. Obviously, it's a very popular play. I think I was kind of a stick in the mud more than anything else. Whatever. I guess we'll go to a musical.
Rather go listen to Van Halen.
Yeah. Watch some Predator when we're done. Or Roadhouse. But in any regard, I almost feel like, what have I all missed? This was, and help us out in the comments below. And I'm not, obviously this won a billion awards. He's looking up the awards. It's like solid green. One. And
the one where the two got nominated, they lost because it was another guy on the show won.
Another guy on the show won. And I'm wondering this, and I feel like people are going to be in the comments like, okay, we appreciate that you'd like it, but lower your expectations because other musicals aren't this good. They can't this was absolutely incredible, and it just, everything about it was incredible. Let's start with Answer brought up the stage.
Yeah, just
a static backdrop in the spinning floor. And the spinning floor, you had your center circle and then the circle around it, and they both were spinning. The use of that to create, it looks like a small space. It's not a massive stage, but the use of the spinning floor to just create depth and to create this weird like volume, it was absolutely mind-numbing. So they were able to take a relatively small stage and make that space feel just so incredible. All the actors, and the thing about musicals, which I have very limited experience, so I'm going to say the thing that I perceive about musicals is that you have to be able to act and you have to be able to sing, right? Like you get some people who are just incredible singers that maybe they can't act, and dance.
Yeah,
that maybe they can't act, or they get nervous in front of people, and then you get people who are great actors but maybe they can't sing. They were singing and dancing and acting in the facial expressions and everything. I mean, the guy who played Jefferson, for me, I think he kind of stole the show, but
David Diggs.
Everybody was so good. The guy that played the Hercules guy, I mean, he was incredible. He played Adams later. The actors were all phenomenal. The songs, I mean, how much fun were the songs? And the fact, what was so brilliant is that song, My Shot, they worked that in throughout the whole musical. It wasn't
came back to a few.
It wasn't here's this song, here's this song, here's this song. They worked it in throughout the entire musical. And when we started and they started with a song, I'm like, okay, they're opening with a song. Okay, they're opening in a couple songs. I don't know if it's going to make the cut, but we were, I think, about a half hour in, and I said to quit. Maybe it's just like a lot of intro, like a big intro. Like you go to some concerts, like I've been to some concerts where they'll lead off with like either their biggest hit or their second biggest hit. And you go to a concert,
and the closer.
Yeah, it's the opener and the closer. And you go and they're like, oh, wow, they're leading off with this. They're coming in hot, right? And I was like, I thought maybe that's what it was. They're going to lead off with something big, then get in some acting. It was music the whole time. I'm
nonstop.
I 1000%. So now the Answer was looking in. We're looking at some information on it. And there's replacements for Broadway and off Broadway.
Oh yeah.
And I think I would want to see. This feels like to me like something where I would want to see this exact same show over and over with the different actors and the different. I apologize if it's performers. I guess is maybe that's the right term. Actors, performers, just ridiculously talented people. I feel like you could go watch this over and over and if you saw it with different people each time, you would take something a little bit away.
Different
obviously you'd have your favorite each time, but I have to see this live. I 1,000% have to see this live. When we're in Wisconsin, obviously Appleton Oak, it's pretty easy to figure out where we're at. But
Appleton.
we're not far from Chicago. We're not far from Minneapolis. I travel quite a bit for work, and I have to see this now. I have to see this. And now, if you peel back into my mind throughout the movie, I'm like, well, shit, we got the Fox Cities Performing Arts Center here. Yeah. I'm like, I've always been, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I've always been like, I've always kind of felt like musicals are a little hoity-toity. I grew up a little middle class, right? Like, I grew up middle class, and I know that might not make sense to some people, but I've always felt like musicals are, you get dressed up.
That's how Hamilton felt,
You
too.
get dressed up fancy, you go in your suits, and I'm like, can I just put on jeans and a t-shirt and go watch and enjoy? And I get it's a thing. But now I'm like, well, shit. I don't know even what to say. I'm like, well, shit. What the fuck? Maybe I should be. Do I have to start seeing musicals now? Like, is this a thing? Like, do I have to? I'm like, go on the Fox Cities Performing Arts Center site, and I'm sure there's other theaters around here. There's theaters in Milwaukee, like
the Pabst, yeah.
I guess I'm gonna look up musicals now.
Hey, my wife and I went to Wicked, and I loved it.
But that's that
is awesome.
My one reservation is we're looking at these awards, and it won. It won everything.
And Wicked was
it's like if somebody lets you watch a movie, and you're like, we'll watch Shawshank.
We'll lead off with whatever.
Lead off with Shawshank, or you'll watch an animated movie, and it'll be like Coco, and then everything.
I'm going to show you animated movies. We're starting with Coco.
We're going to start with Coco, and then everything else you watch. So I now I almost have a fear, I'm going to go to another musical and be like, yeah, but it wasn't Hamilton. But it wasn't Hamilton. But I just feel like I could really enjoy this, guys. I am so blown away, and sometimes, and I'm not going to speak for these guys on this because this is my personal feeling, but I think we share it. Sometimes, we get the recommendations and we get poll winners and stuff like that. And we're like, man, I guess we're watching this, and okay, I don't know anything about it, but if the people said we'll like it, we'll probably like it. And it's like batting 1,000. You guys, everything that I didn't expect to like that you guys have said you probably like, almost all of it I've liked. There's been maybe 1 or 2 movies where I'm like, didn't love it, but this was thank you. I feel like it's not even just like I watched a movie that I wouldn't have normally watched. I feel like I've been opened up to this entire genre that I have just kind of been like, nah, that's not for me.
Yep.
I can't tell you why it's not for me. I've just been like, nah, that's not for me. And now I'm like,
well, hey, I grew up on Disney movies, and what was Disney movies? A lot of music, a lot of good songs. Hey, you got a lot of good ones in Aladdin.
And my eraser.
As we get to the scores here, as Diamond Dave likes to say, entertainment can be subjective, and some things aren't for everybody, and everybody has their favorites. And sorry, that's the best I can do, guys, to try to keep you on the edge of your seat. Yeah, this is a 5 for me. I was trying to go down that route, see what I could do, but yeah, this is a 5. And like you said, I hope I'm not spoiled for any other musicals that you out there might recommend for us to enjoy. But it's a tall bar that Hamilton has set here, so we'll see what the others can bring.
I was figuring this was going to be my score. My wife told me it was going to be my score, and she was absolutely right. It is easily a 5. This was so much fun, so innovative. The spinning stage was immaculate. That was the coolest idea ever. And Lin-Manuel Miranda, amazing job. Everything he did with this, loved it.
Yeah.
And the rewatchability, Easily could rewatch it.
So,
I might listen
Lin-
to some of the songs tomorrow.
So Lynn was your favorite. Did you have a favorite standout?
I don't know about.
It was the guy.
Oh, that's right. Thomas Jefferson was your favorite. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it
me,
was David Diggs who
Okay.
did win the Tony.
Yeah. For me,
of course.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah, George Washington was my guy. I thought he was great. What an absolute force on that stage. he
Christopher
was.
Jackson,
Christopher Jackson.
who did win. He won a Tony too. I
Yeah, what
believe.
a force.
Shocking.
I think it said that he won it. But yeah, I mean they all did a great job.
So,
Yeah, I mean the entertainment value. It's everything about it. The stage, the lighting, the dancing, the singing, the acting, the overall entertainment value, and it was about a historical figure. It wasn't like this. I'm flabbergasted and behooved. I don't even know. Like I'm just using words I never use now. I'm going to give this now. Look, do I think it's the most compelling?
He was nominated.
Do I think it's the most compelling story? Yes, there's a lot of very compelling historical figures who have crazy stories. And by no means am I disrespecting any of the other movies that we've watched that we've given 5s to, but I'm feeling a certain way right now, so I just said 5+.
Can't fight that feeling anymore.
I'll give it like a 5 Pro or like a 5+. I feel like it's rare. Anybody who watches this channel knows that it is incredibly rare that I struggle for words. I'm struggling for words because it's like when you try something new that you've always been like, nah, your whole life, and then you realize like, wait a minute,
this has been missing my whole life
all these years.
I really like this. Like, what have I missed out on? And now, I don't know. I guess I'm a musical
Next
guy.
up, Cats.
I guess I'm a music. But okay. So if you had said that, if before we started this, if you had said, well, first we're going to do Hamilton, then we're going to do Cats, I'd be like, I guess we're doing 2 musicals. Look, I'm never like gloom, like whatever, because I trust that people are recommending good stuff. But now I'm like, let's see what Cats is about. You know, why not? You know, and even if you
Looking forward to if we do Wicked, just because you guys, I think, will love it.
Okay, so now it's even like I'm thinking like, okay, let's say I go to my next musical and it's not great. Well, the next one might be. You know, who knows? 5+. I don't know what to say.
Thank you very much. This was awesome. So much fun had by all, including hopefully you guys too. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. Good night, pals.